Hey guys, it's churches, graveyards and graves, and today we are at perhaps my favourite church of all time. This is in a place in the Camargue called Marie De La Mer. So that tells you something about it. This is a wonderful church. It's got a massive story. So I'm just going to quickly tell you the story, then we're going to go into the church and have a look round so you get an idea. So the story goes that the mother of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and a servant girl called Marie came here in a coracle and landed at what was then known as Gaul. And they landed here in the Camargue. They came up by sea on this little coracle because they were literally sent out to sea without a paddle because they were preaching. When they arrived in Gaul, they started to preach to what was then the known Gaul and all over Europe, starting right here at Sainte Marie de l'Église, hence the reason for the church. And this church is very old. It's a very fortified church, and you're going to see that from the outside. It's like, and this area has got massive Spanish influence. So whether you like it or not, they still have bullfighting here, and they still have a real history with horses, and there's so much Spanish influence. And I think it was part of Catalan originally. It certainly had been taken over by the Moors. So it was defended from like the Moorish influence, and hence the reason for its like fortress-like nature. And another thing that's really amazing about this church is it's got a very rare black Madonna. So, and there's been a lot of healings here. And it's also like this area is the patron saint. Sainte Marie is the patron saint of gypsies, and once a year thousands of gypsies descend on Sainte Marie, and they literally come in like a procession and take Sainte Marie out of the church, and and they bring all the horses, and it's an absolute spectacular. But we're not going to see that today, sadly. We're not right time of year. I think it's May, and we're now in September, so that's not going to occur. So what we're going to do now, I've told you a bit of the history. We're going to go into the church, and I'm going to video inside the church. If I get to speak, I will, but you'll see the Black Madonna, and you'll see some of the paintings of some of the amazing healings. So here we go. So you can see how old it is. Look at this, it's absolutely stunningly old. You've got the Holy Stoop here, and unlike some of the churches we have been into, this is quite simplistic, but what a fortress. There's hardly any windows. And it's incredibly old. So we're going to walk around, and I'm just going to show you some of this. So these are the reliquary of Sainte Marie, and if you look inside there, you can just see like these tiny bones, which are absolutely amazing. And here we have some of the chalices, and this is of Sainte Marie and Mary in the boat. So that gives you an idea of that. So we're going to go up to this. So this is Sainte Marie and Mary, and there they are in their little coracle. And these are all the healings and the thank yous that have been placed here. this is the crypt of Saint Marie, and this is the Black Madonna, and these are all the offerings and this wonderful prayer box here. So this is where Saint Marie is buried, and once a year they take her out. I just wanted to show you these wonderful paintings of the healings that have occurred here. So if you go down here, you can see that he was 6 months old and he was saved by the prayers of Saint Marie. And that was in 1849. And you've got Pierre Peugeot, 1848. And we've got this one here. Saved by a miracle in 1866. And then we've got all these amazing incidents. Look, this guy was tossed off a horse here and was saved by Saint Marie. Looks like this lady was saved from drowning here. Looks like there was a fire up here. So you've got all these like picture form miracles. I like this one here. Look, you can see Saint Marie coming in a boat there. She's always in a boat. Some of the sick bed here, and another one here in 1867. So quite a number of painted miracles on these wonderful paintings. The centre one is from that's from 1591 here. I'm not sure what the incident is because I cannot read that. But some sort of pilgrimage on honour of something. But and there you can see the church in painted form. So this is outside the church now, and I just wanted to show you, it's a massive like fortress-like church. There's very few windows. You can see how old it is, very simple style, not Gothic, none of the gargoyles, nothing like that. It's very simplistic and very high. It would be hard to attack, put it that way. So I've come around this side and you can't see it very well because you have to stand quite far off, but there's actually bells on the top of this church as well. But this is the dome end where the crypt of Saint Marie is. So you can see like they have put these columns in, which is kind of strange. Whether these were an add-on, you can see very small windows here, which is how it was. And just by this door, I just wanted to show you this. There's like this weird marker, and then when I read it, it says Ponce et Chaussee Rhône, and I think it's actually like it's some sort of marker, some sort of altitude marker. But it's that'd be a bit Victorian. But this is the door, at the side. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing that church. Out of all the churches, even Lourdes and all the others, I think this has to be my all-time favourite. It's certainly one of my favourite in Europe. I've just always loved coming to it. It's got an amazing atmosphere, it's got an amazing story, it's got something to say. I've not seen this style before. It's like a Spanish style, so I'll put a few pictures on as well so you can see like the bells and a few photographs of it as well. It's just really amazing, and It's 12th century. It's not particularly fancy. It's got none of the gargoyles or corbels or anything like that. It looks more like a castle. But it's just a really beautiful church to me, and the one I saw that was similar was in Talmont. So these sort of fortress churches, because these were places of great sanctuary, you know, they did great things. They were the heart of the community. They weren't just tourist museums, which pretty much they are now. I mean, a lot of people still come in and pray in them, and certainly, you know, I like to come in and feel the spiritual side of it. It's not as clear cut as, you know, because it's got thousands of years of history. It really has. I mean, they're just fabulous buildings. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like and share it, and yeah, follow me and get the word out about these fantastic places, because yeah, you can't go everywhere in the world, can you? You can't see every church in the world. But you know, it's great to see this one. So from Churches, Graveyards and Graves, see you soon, guys.